People say that I'm crazy, and you know what? They're probably right. Crazy, that is, for all things wild. All of my life, I've had an overwhelming passion for nature. I live and I breathe animals.
You just got to think like a lizard. You just got to think like a bird. You just got to think like a tree kangaroo.
I just can't understand how many people don't get the importance of creatures. After all, every animal has a job to do and has a special place in the world.
I want to share with you my passion for nature and animals. How can we save something if we don't love and understand it?
We're running a race against time. The natural world is under attack. It has to be saved. Our planet is now in the middle of its 6th mass extinction wave of plants and animals. Human beings are consuming and destroying precious resources at an unsustainable rate. People need to change their ways now before it's too late.
This is my night, this is my time. It's all about me. To shine for once in my life. I'm gonna stand out, 'cause this is my night tonight.
We can all work together, and you know, sometimes it's the small things that we do that can make a massive difference.
It's big enough to eat a rat that big. So don't kill them. They're great animals.
I know that it's not too late, and if we love something enough, we'll fight to protect it.
I'm proud of you, mate.
If we can't save nature, we can't save animals, we can't save ourselves. That's mankind finished.
Hi, I'm zoologist Chris Humfrey, and welcome to Wild Action Zoo, my very own private zoo. Yeah. And this is where all my animal buddies live, with me, all 2,000 of them, here in beautiful country Victoria, Australia. And every day I get to work with a myriad of diverse creatures. Some are cute and cuddly, some, well, they're a bit challenged in the looks department, and some are downright dangerous. Aussie animals are some of the world's most bizarre and unique. My mission in life is to encourage you all to protect nature and animals. It doesn't matter where you live, the planet needs your help. And many of our animal friends are running out of places to live. So for the time being, my home is their home. Good morning. This is my family of koalas, and this is the best part of my day, getting up in the morning and hanging out with my little koala posse. And I think these have to be the most iconic Australian animal. They're a marsupial, they're not a bear.
A marsupial is a mammal where the female has a pouch. That's where the baby grows up inside. Koalas have a short gestation period of approximately 34 days, where humans develop inside their mothers for 9 months. When I was a kid, koalas were abundant, but now, due to habitat loss, bushfires and disease, sadly, they are becoming rarer and rarer. These animals have been bred in captivity, so they're part of my family and they know me. I've hand-reared them from little babies. And at night time, we often sit on the couch together and watch our favourite shows. Yep, I know who's the boss, as the koalas always get to pick what we watch.
I've got 5 koalas.
There's Carla, Matilda, Caramel and baby Billy, who I'll be finding out very soon whether Billy is a boy or a girl. And then there's the leader of the posse.
This is Bruce. Bruce is the boy. Hey, he's got a mouthful of food at the moment. He's the boy, he's got that big fat Roman nose, and he's got this big sternum gland on his chest. Can you see that sort of wet, sweaty gland on his chest? Basically what he does, he rubs all of his koala ooze all over the branches where he lives, and that wards off other koalas and tells them basically, keep away from my girlfriends. Big fat head. He weighs about 12 kilograms. And as you can see, he's pretty well endowed. You turn him around, you can definitely tell he's a boy. Boy koalas, they don't have a pouch. And Bruce at night time, he makes a growling sound like this. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's a calling sound, basically saying, back off, stay out of my territory. Now, one thing I haven't checked is I'm not 100% sure whether this little koala here, the little Joey, koala baby's called a Joey, I don't know whether this one's actually a boy or a girl. Now, it's good to pick them up when they're young and makes them more amenable to handling. The animals don't get scared, they don't get stressed, and there's no point in having an animal in captivity that's frightened of a human being. And as you can see, these animals aren't frightened. When you pick up a koala, you don't pick it up like a dog or a human baby, you pick it up by the hands, the most powerful part of a koala. They're adapted to hang onto a gum tree, and if I can just pick it up just like this, hang on, it's all right. This is the first time I've ever picked up little Billy. Hello. Oh, it's all right. I'm not going to hurt you. Oh, they've got a beautiful baby smell about them. Tell me, is it a boy or a girl? Can you see a little pouch? Oh, there you go. Little pom-poms down here. It's a boy. You're so cute, and this is going to be such a valuable little addition to my breeding program at my zoo. And as this little guy gets older, we might swap him with another zoo and increase the genetics in our captive population. You going to go back to mummy? Oh, it's all right. Just jump up there. Come on.
On today's show, you'll meet some of Chris's chaotic animal family. We'll be introduced to the world's most maternal dad, who will play Mr. Mom for the next 2 months.
They look like they glow in the dark.
Find out why baby koalas eat their mother's poo. Oh no, don't tell me Chris is going to try some.
Imagine eating your mum's poo, hey?
I have one of the largest families you could possibly imagine, my own private zoo. And it's one of the toughest tasks that you could think of. Running a zoo is like running a hotel. It's a 24/7 job. Every animal has a different menu and different needs. There's never any downtime looking after all of these animals. Some animals are nocturnal and some are daytime creatures, diurnal. There's always something new and exciting at my zoo. Check this out. Hello. That is awesome.
My mission is to educate people about the importance of protecting biodiversity. You see, most people spend much of their life in front of the computer screen and sadly know very little about their environment. My animal family help build a bridge and reconnect people with nature.
Come on. All of my animal family are tame and friendly, like this beautiful dingo, Simba. He grew up with me in my bed at 2 weeks of age, so he's like my son. Now, in a perfect world, animals should be out there in the wild, but as we all know, it's not a perfect world any longer. These animals are running out of places to live. In fact, the dingo is endangered in my home state of Victoria.
Hello.
So what better way to interact with people with tame, gorgeous wildlife like the dingo to help them and encourage them to save our planet. You are gorgeous. Ooh.
She is my girl, her hand in mine is the best thing, can't believe is happening.
Let me introduce you my oldest snake in my family. This is Big Bertha. Now you may be excused for thinking I'm a bit odd having a bath with a snake, but there's a good reason. Big Bertha here, she's ancient, she's a geriatric, she's like a great-great-grandmother. She would be equivalent to a 110-year-old grandmother, and I've had her since I was a 16-year-old boy. I clearly remember my mum driving me to pick up this snake when I was a kid. My first border python, and she is beautiful. The problem is she's shedding her skin, and as she gets older, her skin doesn't peel off as well. And I'm having a bath with her to help her out. And the suds and the soap get underneath the epidermal layer of the skin and help peel off the old skin.
If Big Bertha doesn't shed her skin properly, the skin can tighten and restrict the blood flow and circulation. It becomes like a tourniquet, impeding the function of her organs.
She is my girl, her hand in mine is the best thing, can't believe is happening.
Can you see the skin coming off? It's all right. I'm not hurting her. This epidermal layer of skin comes off.
And if Big Bertha doesn't shed her skin properly, she will definitely die.
This skin's dead, it just peels off, and there's a new shiny skin underneath. But because she's got a bit of a scar on her back, a bit of a crooked back, and she's probably suffering from a bit of osteoporosis just like people, the skin gets caught and gets dry. So hopefully I can peel this off and give her a bit of comfort. Now, water pythons live in the top end of Australia, and they not only eat mammals, they eat other reptiles too. And water pythons have been known to eat baby crocodiles. Now, this is what the Aboriginal people of Australia call the rainbow serpent. If you look carefully, you can see this beautiful rainbow sheen, the light refracting off all the oil on her beautiful new skin. This bath is really doing Big Bertha wonders. It's working a treat. Now, snakes shed their skin like a dirty old sock, and they make a new shiny skin underneath. In fact, all animals shed their skin. Not quite like snakes do it.
But human beings shed their skin cells up to 1 million cells a day.
And human beings shed their skin entirely in a month. So we're not too dissimilar. Oh, girl, you're looking beautiful underneath, aren't you? Oh, look at that. Oh, good girl, hey? It's kind of like physio for a python snake. I'll do anything for my animal family.
Shedding your skin beats going to the shops to buy your clothes. And it's much cheaper too.
And when you come to think of it, we all get a bit wrinkly and dry as we get older. So do snakes. Come on. Oh, that's terrific, eh? Down. I just want to get that last bit off. Come on. Come on.
She is my girl, right by my side. Wanna shout, tell the whole wide world now.
Oh, this poor snake. Look how old she is. She's got such a rickety body, but I love her so much.
She is my girl, right by my side. Wanna shout, tell the whole wide world now.
That wasn't so bad, was it? You're such a good girl, aren't you? Such a good girl.
Now it's time for you to meet some of my animal family. Say g'day to the best dressed members, Mr. Orange and Mr. Green, my tuxedo-wearing fairy penguins. I've always got time to have morning tea with Big Bird, Australia's largest bird, the emu.
Got some goji berries.
For an encore performance, please welcome Bruce, the koala. He's very competitive, especially when it comes to a bellow. Piggy, the hairy-nosed wombat. She's always into everything, even the washing machine. Thanks to Roscoe, the red-tailed black cockatoo, seating at my place can be quite an issue. Ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 94 kilograms, that's 207 pounds, please welcome Boris the boxing kangaroo! Meet Reggie, the red-necked wallaby. He's such a ratbag. He's always getting himself into mischief. You never know where he'll turn up next.
Reggie, where are you? Now, I know parents aren't supposed to have favourites with their kids, but I'm really fond of my front doorbell. Have a look. Meet my mate Chucky the Kookaburra. Ooh. Pretty good, hey? You're a good boy.
Back at Koala HQ, Chris tells us a very interesting feeding fact.
What they do is the mother koala here feeds the baby koala a bit of poo. It's called pap. So what the mum does, when the baby's coming out of the pouch, he or she gets a nice feed of koala poo, and inoculates itself with all the bacteria from the mother's poo.
When an animal eats their own poo, it's called coprophagia.
Now, what I do every day is that I actually have to go around the koala enclosure and pick up poo. Now, you might think that's disgusting. Why do you pick up poo? You actually break it open to make sure that koalas are eating their food properly. Now, if they don't chew their food, they won't be able to get enough fibrous material and break down all the cellulose in the leaf. Now, if you drag gum leaves when you're picking them, it picks up all the grit and all the silica on the leaves. So when the koalas ingest the leaf, they munch on the sand, sticking to the leaf, and it wears their teeth down. And that's a good night to a koala. As their teeth wear down, they can't chew up their food and they can't get the nutrients they need to survive. Now, that's really good. See how it's all nice and fibrous-y? They've been chewing their food really well. Sort of falls apart like a bit like chaff, isn't it? And imagine being a koala. You know, imagine eating your mum's poo, hey? Oh. Not my cup of tea.
Well, I'm glad I'm not a koala.
Watch me burst out into color.
Did you know koalas have their very own unique fingerprints? They've actually been confused with human beings' fingerprints. Now that's cool, isn't it?
Hey, Bruce. Let's just see if this works. Put your hand there. That's it. Good boy. Let's put it on here. Hand off. Oh, wow, look at that. You can see all these whorls. It does look like a human fingerprint. Let's just try mine. Mine right here. Oh, look at that. You see my fingerprint compared to the koala's hand. Very similar indeed. Hey, Your Honour, it wasn't me, it was the koala. It was you, Bruce. This is a really busy time of year for me. It's winter time in the Macedon Ranges and it's emu breeding season. You see most animals breed in the winter time to avoid predation from snakes and giant goanna lizards, which are usually hibernating and not hungry. Now, that is Edwina over there, my female emu, but the male is missing. Elvis is nowhere to be seen. And I've got a hunch he's sitting on some eggs. Now, emus, it's actually the male that does all the incubation. It takes 60 days for an emu egg to hatch out. He's such a great dad. The mum is hopeless. She usually just runs off and mates with another male emu. Polygamy is rife in the emu family. Oh, there he is. Pretty good camouflage. He just blends in with all the sticks and all the bark on the ground. He's got to be the best dad of any bird. He'll sit there and not eat, not drink for 60 days. That's dedication. So it could be raining, it could be snowing, it could be flooding, and he'll just sit there. Oh, hello, Elvis. I've had Elvis since he was a chick, so he really knows me. If this is a wild emu, he'd kick you and he'd defend his eggs with some great ferocity. Hello, mate. Now, he'll live off the fat reserves in his body for 60 days. So after incubation, he'll be skin and bones. Hey. It's pretty unusual, an emu to be able to let you get this close. But I have no idea how many eggs are underneath him. And 60 days' time, these chicks will be sitting ducks from wild foxes that maraud the compound at night time. So I need to work out how many eggs potentially are going to hatch. It's all right, buddy. Come on. What emu would let you do this? You're a good boy. Look at that. They look like they're glowing kryptonite. These are some of the largest eggs in the world. And look at that.
I think they'd have to be the prettiest eggs. They look like they glow in the dark. Watch this. He's such a good dad. Come on, Elvis. Now that is fatherhood. He's such a good boy. Here's the other one. Here you go, I'll help you. Here you go. Put that underneath. Put him under. They're like dinosaur eggs. He's such a good boy. He's such a good dad. So I'm going to come back here every day, rain, hail or shine, and check on these eggs and make sure that I can save these chicks from wild foxes. And emu chicks, they're just drop dead gorgeous. They're adorable. Hey, you keep at it, mate.
On today's show, Chris explains how bats are losing their natural home
Hey, Curly. Hey, Mo.
and are hanging on for dear life. The clock is ticking for Chris to rescue some hatching owls, as their parents have a tendency to eat their young. It's time for abandoned baby kangaroo TJ to be reacquainted with the outside world.
That's it. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Driving means one thing to Chris: song time.
Koalas, koalas, they're so grand. We should all join together and save their land. What do you reckon? I reckon I need a Grammy for that.
See the heights Chris scales in order of first-class living for his beloved koala family. We check in on the world's most dedicated dad, Elvis the emu.
There's not too much longer to go.
You'll meet Chris's dancing partner, Bobby, and find out how their taste in music is polar opposites. And it's mating time for Chris's tiger quolls. But Quigley seems more interested in the camera rather than his lady friends.
Is that a good camera lens? It's not anymore.
So welcome to Chris Humfrey's private zoo with over 2,000 of his animal family here in country Victoria, Australia.
I always start my day with a workout. It's the only way I get my head around the enormous task of looking after my huge animal family. It's such an intense yet thoroughly rewarding life, but one I can't keep doing unless I'm as fit and as adaptive as the animals which I share my life with.
It's ironic, isn't it? You don't have to be in a wilderness to be in wild places. These bats are oblivious to me being on the river. They don't see me as a human being, they just see me as a floating log. And this makes my heart break. They've got nowhere else to go. They've been kicked out of their habitat, and now they call the banks of the Yarra River in Melbourne City their home.
Our human population explosion has led us to consume resources and destroy the natural habitat of bats, forcing the remaining grey-headed flying fox to live in scattered and limited places. These endearing creatures are crucial pollinators of many flowers, as well as germinating seeds across the Australian landscape. Bats help pollinate many of the hardwood species of tree which humans use for construction.
Now, when I was a kid, there was millions of these guys. Now they're down to 300,000 left in Australia. And if you look up into the trees, it's almost like a congregation of people. You can see mum, dad, auntie and uncles, brothers and sisters, all looking down sadly at you going, Chris, help us. We need a home to live.
Flying fox can be seen flying in the day as well as at night. This habit is known as ephemeral. Now that's a great word next time you're playing a game of Scrabble. These keystone species can travel up to 100 kilometres a night, and flying fox are essential in maintaining ecosystems, moving pollen and seeds over vast distances. They have a very short intestine, so their food goes in one end and out the other within only 20 minutes. Other pollinating animals such as birds and insects don't usually travel as far. Tiny seeds found in their faecal matter germinate in new and often barren areas.
You know, they remind me of chihuahuas, flying chihuahuas. Got beautiful faces. They stink a bit and they are noisy, but the sound is amazing. A cacophony of bats. It's like you're out in the jungle. Hey Curly, hey Mo. And it always feels like a jungle when I come back to my house. There's nothing better than hanging out with my bat mates. You are beautiful, and they remind me of how similar they are to human beings. Some scientists believe they're very closely related to human beings and primates. And when you look at them, they're so gregarious, they're so interested in each other, and they love to have a chat and a little bit of a squabble, just like all of our family members. Hey, this one reminds me of my uncle. Hello. So, for the time being, we're all hanging in there together, playing a game of survival. Who would have thought that Stinky Bats has such an important job to do? I'm heading back to the zoo and I'm on the search for some koala leaves. This is actually my most favourite task of the day. There's nothing better than seeing my koala family hoe down on the juiciest tips that I've collected. And I'm so excited, I reckon you need to hear a poem. Koalas, koalas, please be aware. Koalas, koalas, if you hang around me, don't call them a bear. Koalas, koalas, gum leaves they like to eat. Koalas, koalas, they're the cutest little guys you'll ever meet. Koalas, koalas, they have fingerprints like me and you. Koalas, koalas, when they're babies, they have to eat their mother's poo. Koalas, koalas, they're so grand, we should all join together and save their land. What do you reckon? I reckon I need a Grammy for that. Maybe I should stick to my day job.
Now it's time to meet some of my animal family. Be careful not to offend Tetro, the blue-ringed octopus. He'd have to be the most beautiful animal on the planet, but he's also the most dangerous and venomous. Watch out for Cassie and Casanova, the cassowary, reported to be the most dangerous bird in the world. But actually, when you get to know them, they're pretty calm and well-mannered. They're critically endangered, and my home is a sanctuary for them. And hey, they eat better than I do. And of course, there's my beloved Rosie, my monotreme echidna. She's a natural blonde, just like me. Rex the lace monitor likes to have the run of the house. And like people, he can have his grumpy days, where he likes to be left alone. Well, at least I don't need a watchdog. Bobby, the rainbow lorikeet, and I always clown around. It's great to have a boogie with your best mate after a busy day. Bobby, he likes R&B, whereas I like a bit of doof.
Techno time. You know what they say, if you're not scared, you're not living. And this is Moriarty, my baby saltwater crocodile. And it's time for dinner. Hey, want some food? Hey? Oh!
Saltwater crocodiles have 66 sharp teeth, whereas adult humans have 32 teeth. We only have 2 sets of teeth during our lives, but crocodiles continuously grow back their teeth again and again and again. Poor old crocodile tooth fairy, eh? They would be mighty busy. Crocodiles have a third transparent sideways moving eyelid called a nictitating membrane. They're kind of like built-in windscreen wipers. No need to wear goggles next time they go swimming. You know, you can tell the difference between a crocodile and an alligator by looking at their teeth. When a croc closes its mouth, you can see their upper and lower dentition. Whereas an alligator, the lower teeth are hidden in jaw sockets. But not many people usually get that close. Moriarty is one of the cheapest family members to feed, as he's quite happy just to eat once a week. Unlike you and I, crocodiles are cold-blooded or ectothermic, which means that they get most of their energy requirements from sunbaking, not just from eating. Fancy only eating just once a week. My favourite part of the day is collecting eucalyptus leaves for my koala family. And it's great exercise too. Koalas are certainly one of the fussiest creatures around, and I make every effort to collect the very best, freshest leaves possible. I search far and wide for the yummiest leaves, and I compare it to going shopping at the supermarket or even picking up the freshest baked cake at the bakery. You end up thinking like a koala, and you ask yourself, would I eat those leaves? Each one of my koalas eats up to 1 kilogram of gum leaves a day, and there is definitely a knack in knowing which leaves to pick. Koalas don't eat all eucalyptus species. If you get the wrong type of gum leaf, the koala could get sick and die. What an amazing creature to capitalise on a resource which is toxic to other animals. I have council approval to pick leaves which normally would be trimmed or cut down by utility companies and authorities. Pruning a tree promotes new growth and vigour, and there is always a constant supply of sustainable leaves where I live. But sadly, not every part of Australia is so lucky, and koalas are rapidly running out of places to live. No trees means simply no koalas.
This is 5-star cuisine for koalas, and I can't wait to get back to the zoo and check out how much my babies love their food.
There's Honey, who recently lost her joey TJ. But don't worry, she's not stressed about it. She'll just give birth to another baby. Such is life in the hard extremes of the Australian bush. Don't worry though, TJ will catch up with his kangaroo mob when he grows a little bigger and has learnt some valuable survival skills to live outside.
So, guess who has to look after him now? Me. I don't mind. I love him. He's fantastic, and they're such beautiful animals to have around in your life. Now, this bag here is like a substitute mother's pouch. He can live inside here for most of the day, cuddle up in here, have a bit of a snooze. He feels safe, he can breathe. But you know what? He's growing up now. He needs to get outside and be a kangaroo himself. So you can't just be a bit of a lapdog. You need to eat your lunch, and then you need to come out with me and have a hop around. Start growing up, mate. You can't sit around all day long. Come on. So this is special kangaroo formulated milk. It's low in lactose. So it's specifically formulated for marsupials. If you feed them cow's milk from the fridge, it causes cataracts in kangaroos' eyes. They get the scours, they get dehydrated, and they don't thrive at all. I often sort of go to bed at night time and TJ gets out of his bed, out of his pouch, and he just jumps on my face and snuggles up underneath the doona cover. And they really do enjoy being around you. Come on. Oh, come on. Don't you want any more food? You know what? I think he's had enough. I reckon it's time to take him outside. Start growing up, buddy.
This is a very exciting period of the year for me. This is quoll breeding season and the weather's turned, it's winter time, and that's when quolls like to breed. And these are the tiger quolls. These are the quintessential quolls. These are the big chaps. These are the ones that'll rip your finger off, and they're the closest cousin to the Tasmanian devil, a carnivorous marsupial, a dasyurid, and these are my favourite animals, and I love breeding quolls. They're endangered in the wild, critically endangered, and I breed quolls and I swap them with other zoos all around this country of Australia, and hopefully we can proliferate quolls, and maybe one day the habitat will be safe again to release them back into the wild. But for the time being, I've got to do my job and breed some quolls, and it's not an easy task. These things are voracious feeders and aggressive even to their own mate when they're mating. They can mate up to 18 hours in one stretch.
Yep, you heard correctly.
They can mate up to 18 hours in one stretch. That's not a bad effort. I've got a boy and a girl in here. I've got Quigley and Quinn. And I've got Queenie and Quincy next door. Now, we have to introduce the quolls to each other, kind of like us, you know, on a bit of a dating agency website. These quolls need to know each other, otherwise they'll kill each other when they're introduced too quickly. I want to get Quigley. I have to get Quigley out of here today. He already knows Quinn. He needs to get to know Quincy and Queenie too. It's almost a full moon, and in my experience, quolls like to mate around a full moon. Now, if I can grab that tail, they only mate 3 days of the month. 3 days of the month. So I've got a very narrow period of time to breed this tiger quoll. I'm going to come down here every few hours of the day and just check them out to make sure they're getting along, they're not beating each other up, and you know, they can actually kill each other if they don't like each other. So this is very important to introduce themselves to each other.
You have to be incredibly careful when you handle a tiger quoll. They can be very unpredictable and dangerous. One bite from a quoll and it will definitely ruin your day. The best way to handle these Ferraris of the marsupial world is by the base of the tail, and it's the strongest part of their body. Don't worry, it doesn't hurt them, and it keeps my hands safe and in one piece.
Okay. Now, he's not full grown yet. He's only a baby. He's only half grown. Look at double his size. He'll take out a wallaby, a small wallaby, when he's full grown. You can just see if you can get up close and see his... Let go, Quigley. Oh. Come on, Quigley, you got some... Oh. Oh. Is that a good camera lens? It's not anymore. Oh, okay. But look at that. You are magnificent. My favourite animal since I was a kid. And I've only ever seen 2 wild tiger quolls on the mainland of Australia. It's almost like seeing, you know, the Jabberwocky, seeing an extinct velociraptor coming out of the rainforest. You know, I'll never ever forget that experience when I found my first tiger quoll running across the road at night time. I just had to pinch myself. They are critically endangered, and these animals are so important to save. So, come on, come meet some new ladies.
I just marvel at the efforts of this amazing individual.
Hey, Elvis. Oh, you're such a good dad. There's not too much longer to go. You're the best dad in the entire world. I'm proud of you, mate. I've come to keep you a bit of company. Okay, so this is one of my owl breeding enclosures. I have boobook owls in here. They're Australia's smallest owl species. They're a member of the genus Ninox, which means hawk owl. Now, owls are so important for the ecosystem. They eat all the mice and rats. I've got some eggs in here at the moment. The female's sitting on them. She's really aggressive. So there's no way I'm just going to put my hand up there because she'll just grab onto my hand. I might just use my trusty phone, just check on them. The reason why I'm having a look is that I intend to pull the babies from the mother when they hatch. This mother is notoriously bad at raising chicks, and you know what she usually does? Once they hatch out, boom, she just gobbles them up. Yeah. So, come on, are you gonna come out? Now, she's sitting pretty tight. She's sitting on her eggs. That's a good indicator to me that the eggs will hatch. Owls seem to know when their babies are just about to hatch. What I need to do is use a stick just to give her a bit of a wriggle. Come on, come out.
That's unusual. She is sitting pretty tight. Wake up, come on. It's interesting. Come on. Okay, this is where you just got to watch your face. I'll use my camera. You're just going to be quick so you don't disturb them too long. Drats, they haven't hatched yet, but can you see those beautiful 3 eggs? I'm hoping any day now those eggs will hatch. It's going to be a mercy mission. As soon as they hatch, I need to get in there, quick, smart, grab those chicks, otherwise Mum will have her offspring for dinner.
The time is now. Somewhere, somehow. The time is now.
Hey, play nice. Don't misbehave. Hey, stop it, naughty emu.
Come on, these emus can be really annoying, just like siblings. Oh well, that's life, and I won't be able to protect TJ all of the time.
Play fair. Hey, no. Come on, TJ, let's go. Come on. No, stop. TJ, look around you, spatial awareness. Hey, come this way. Come on, TJ. No. Stop it.
It's hard to believe that TJ will grow up to be a powerful buck kangaroo just like his dad, Boris, capable of killing a dog or even a dingo.
Guys, play nice. Come on. Hey, no. Stop it. Hey, TJ, hey. No. Come on, TJ, look around. You're meant to be a kangaroo, you're meant to be a survivor. Hey, stop it. Come on. TJ, you've got a massive emu above you. You don't even care, do you? Wake up, man. You've got to be a kangaroo. You've got to survive. Come on, let's go. Come on.
It's so important that when you're raising any child that you teach them important social and survival skills. The same rules apply with a joey kangaroo. You would think that Australia's national emblems, the emu and the kangaroo, would get along like a house on fire. Sometimes not.
No. Hey, behave. No, hey. Man, go away. Come on.
Small hops, small bounds, and gradually TJ will be able to enjoy the sights and smells of the Aussie bush and will soon be able to socialise with other kangaroos in his mob. But for the next 6 months, it's back inside with the rest of my animal family.
Not bad for your first time outside, though.
On today's show, Chris checks the health of Matilda's tiny joey koala.
Little baby. Oh, it's so beautiful. I wonder if it's a boy or a girl.
We meet the oldest member of Chris's animal family, 39-year-old Fred the green tree frog. Who needs rat traps when Dominic the diamond python is slithering around?
And notice those blue eyes, those zombie eyes. That's a dead giveaway that he's about to slough.
Then it's time for Chris to hit the road and collect the newest members of his animal family. And along the way, he stops to take in some of the amazing scenery. So welcome to Chris Humfrey's private zoo with over 2,000 of his animal family here in country Victoria, Australia.
It's a new day, and it's everything you ever wanted to be.
This is my mate Trevor. He's an eastern water dragon. He's been in my family for 25 years. He's an incredibly beautiful creature and a much loved pet. And I think he's very, very handsome. We just hang out together at bath time and he's beautiful. Look at him. Trevor, that looks a bit like me, doesn't he? Bit spiky, a little bit rugged today. Just cleaning myself up. But Trevor, you got a bit of shaving cream on you, mate. You can tell he's a boy. He's got this big nuchal crest and he's got a bright red stomach. And boys have a red stomach to impress their lady partners. And if you have a look at him, he looks like he's been sitting in a bowl of tomato sauce. That red stomach, they can hold their breath for 2 hours underneath the water. And when a predator comes along, they jump out of the tree which they live in, make a big splash, and they can hold their breath and evade being eaten. Beautiful, beautiful creature. And I love him. Mwah. I'm running late. I'm feeling pretty clever with myself today. I'm about to examine the development of Matilda's Joey koala baby, and I'm about to employ the services of this nifty laparoscopy camera. It's non-invasive and it's the best way to find out if the koala is doing well. And look at this little lens. I can place it inside the pouch without disturbing the Joey, and hopefully I get some great pics of the koala's development. I can't wait to see what I find. Look. You can see your baby. Look at that. Matilda, look. There's your little baby brother or sister. I can't tell what it is at the moment. Oh, you can see its face. The side. Oh, you can see its nose. Its little paws. Look at that. Aren't you interested? Come on. Matilda, it's all right. There's your little baby. I know you haven't seen it yet, but look at that. That's amazing. Now, koalas, their gestation is about 34 days, and they spend up to 9 months in their mother's pouch. Now, Matilda, this is the first time you've seen your little baby. It'll take another 2 months for this little baby Joey to venture outside of its mother's pouch. Look at that. You get a sneak preview.
I just can't explain how happy I am to see that my koala family are doing so well. They're just so content with their 5-star accommodation. There's no stress, plenty of food, and they don't have any predators when they're living with me. I love watching the next generation of koalas growing up.
Hey, Matilda, look. Do you like that? Look, the little baby. Oh, it's so beautiful. I wonder if it's a boy or a girl. Look at that. Hey, look at that. You're such a good mum. You're such a good mum. You're so good. Hey,
Now it's time to meet some of my animal family. Meet Fred, my oldest friend in the world. I found this beautiful green tree frog when I was 3 years old. This is probably too much information, but I found him in the public toilets when I was on vacation with my family. We've been best friends ever since. And there's Simba, my howling Australian dingo. More like a wolf than a domestic dog. He's a fearlessly loyal friend and a mate that I'll never let down. I'd be lost without my canine buddy. Meet Swanee, the Australian black swan, the world's only black swan, and only found naturally occurring in Australia. We love enjoying our water sports together, and even the occasional bath time. Red Sonja and Fluffy, the giant female ostriches, are always on the lookout for me, and they even take time to lay a few eggs.
thanks.
Yum! That's going to make one massive omelette. There's Barnaby, the pint-sized rat kangaroo, commonly known as the bettong here in Australia. These animals have disappeared over most of their former range because of introduced predators such as the red fox and feral cat. Angie, the wedge-tailed eagle, takes my breath away. She's Australia's largest bird of prey and has incredible binocular vision. Their eyes are equipped with bony rings, which can squeeze and elongate the eyeball. This has the same effect as a telephoto lens on a camera.
Meet Dominic the diamond python, and he's one of my best mates. He cruises around my woodpiles on the hunt for mice and rats. He's not looking his best at the moment because he's about to shed his skin. His old skin peels off like a dirty old sock. And notice those blue eyes, those zombie eyes. That's a dead giveaway that he's about to slough. Good on you, Dominic. You do a great job. I'm on a road trip to Adelaide, a 900-kilometre journey to pick up 2 wombats, a common wombat and a southern hairy-nosed wombat. Now, these animals are rescue creatures. guy called Manfred, a good friend of mine. He's asked me to pick them up and give them a home. These wombats are now teenagers, but they need a new place to grow up.
Wombats don't always make the best house guest. As they become older, they become solitary and sometimes even grumpy. Hey, I reckon everyone has a family member like that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, here we go!
This really brings back happy memories. I used to spend many a Christmas holiday here in this beautiful, beautiful national park. We used to spend family time here looking for animals. This place used to abound with koalas. They were literally thick everywhere. Koalas you can see on the side of the road, you can see emus, kangaroos, but oh my goodness, look at this. Look at the devastation. Look at the bushfires done to this area. How on earth can koalas live here anymore? Man, look at this. Look at it. All the trees are just dead, skeletonized. How have animals got a chance when this pristine wilderness, once upon a time, has just been flattened by bushfire?
I'm on my way to Adelaide, South Australia, to pick up some wombats who need a new home. But first, a little detour.
There it is. That's Mount Zero. This brings back fond memories from when I was a kid. We used to come here every Christmas holidays. I'd embrace my brother and sister up the mountain, and at the very top is a really cool little crevice skink called a black rock skink.
I crave any chance to get some exercise and an opportunity to spot and observe wildlife. It's my idea of heaven. There's nothing more exhilarating than to push yourself to the limit and enjoy an adrenaline rush.
It's time, never felt so alive, breaking out.
When you're out looking for animals, you really need to start thinking like them. You have to use your animal instinct. You know what? Most people don't usually see anything. I mean, if you're a lizard, where would you be living? Lizards are sun worshippers, so you've got to be looking on rocky ledges. But make sure you watch where you're going, otherwise it could end badly. Always keep an eye out for where the sun is positioned, because if the sun's up in the north, you need to be looking to the south. That's where the lizard will be getting all of the rays.
Still need to find one of these black rock skinks. Very well camouflaged. They're black in colour, so they can hide in the shadows and not get eaten. Hey, I've just spotted a black rock skink. This is not planted, it's not set up. It's walking down the hill. It's a pretty hot day, so these animals are completely black in colour. Can you see it down there? He's already spotted me. But this is such a cool little creature. I doubt I can get that close to it. I'll try my little one-eye trick.
You see, if you close one eye, animals don't see you as a threat or a predator.
This makes my run so much worthwhile. It's so cool.
It's just so rewarding to use my skills to find and observe animals. I can't believe I used every trick in the book to find one. It makes me feel so alive.
Don't worry, I'm still doing it. This genus of lizard belongs to the comb-eared lizard. Little combs. Oh. I almost fell off a cliff here. See how they can really wedge themselves into the rocks. It doesn't have to be a giant crocodile or a huge big snake. Lizards are cool too. Cool, eh?
This place is awe-inspiring, and the view is quite simply breathtaking. There is nothing better for me than to be amongst nature and my animal friends. It's been great to reminisce and remember all of the good times that my family and I have shared here. Sadly, however, the human invasion keeps on coming and is rapidly eating away at the natural world. Yeah, I know, people have to live too, But there has to be a better way of doing things. Thankfully, places like Mount Zero still exist and are protected in national parks for everyone to enjoy. I just get so excited being able to run and explore such a rugged place. It just takes away all of my worries and makes me feel free. This is the best day of my life! It's such a long journey to pick up my new wombat family. The best way for me to stay alive and revive is to exercise. There is nothing better than to blow off the cobwebs and paddle up a river. Wow, look at this gorgeous scenery. And there is always an animal to spot.
Okay, you ready for some amazing facts about wombats? Fact 1, that there's 3 different species found here in Australia. The common wombat, the southern hairy-nosed wombat, and the critically endangered northern hairy-nosed wombat. Only less than 120 individuals left in the world. Not many. Fact number 2, wombats are only found here in Australia. Fact number 3, they can run up to 30 kilometres per hour. That's fast. Fact number 4, wombats have a cartilaginous plate on the back of their body so they can crush dingoes and foxes when they get trapped in their burrows. Fact number 5, they have a backward-facing pouch like a koala, and when they're digging a burrow, it doesn't fill up with dirt. Pretty nifty, hey?
I finally got to Adelaide. What a trip. I'm just down the road from Manfred's place, and Manfred is the wombat guru of South Australia, and he's the guy who's going to hand over the 2 wombats today. I'm a little bit nervous about meeting Manfred. I haven't met him before. Hopefully he likes me. Hopefully he thinks that I'll be a good dad. And I'll need to learn about the wombat's routine, you know, when they get fed each day, how many bottles they have, how much milk do they need, and any sort of special quirky traits that each individual animal has. You know, every wombat is different. Every wombat has a different personality. They have to be treated differently, and they need special care individually. So, fingers crossed everything goes well. Just up the road here. So I've just spoken to Manfred on the phone. He's gone to get one of the wombats, and I just have to tell you, I'm a little bit excited. Supposedly, I'm just about to meet Harry, the southern hairy-nosed wombat, and, you know, a little bit apprehensive. I hope Harry accepts me as his new dad. Don't know where he is. It's exciting. Hey, Manfred, how are you?
Oh, hello, Chris. Look
Who's
what I've
this?
got
Is
for
this
you.
Harry?
That's Harry.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at that.
He's kind of got a...
Harry is a southern
Hello.
hairy-nosed wombat,
Beautiful.
and he's a boy, and you're going to take him home.
Oh, thank you so much. Hey, there's a bit of a genetic similarity here with you and Harry.
Yeah, he's got the same beard. hasn't he?
Whiskers, yeah. Look at these
Yeah.
long whiskers he's got.
Yeah, oh, he's a beautiful boy. Very friendly, likes a cuddle.
Now, you were telling me over the telephone, though, that you've got a special way of handling wombats.
Yes.
This is like a security blanket.
Yeah, they all have to be picked up with a blanket.
Yeah.
And see, he's good. Yes, he's a good boy, yes. And then he's very relaxed.
Yes.
And he will, you know, he will feel comfortable and he will feel protected.
Australia is the only country in the world that has wombats. There are 3 different species, and they are thought to be the closest living relative to the koala.
You have to look after him, give him lots of cuddles, give him good food,
Yes.
okay? Because I'll come over there and have a go at you if he doesn't look good.
Okay.
You know, he's nice and round.
I promise you, I will look after them.
No, he's nice and round and fat.
Now, what's
I
he
don't
like
want-
with me? It's all right.
He'll be all right.
It's okay.
It's
You don't know
all
me
right.
yet, do you? Hey?
It's okay, but you're going to look after each other, won't we?
This is going to take some time.
Yeah.
As I said, I have to bond with Harry, take him home to my place, spend a lot of time with him, bit of TLC,
Yes.
and lots of cuddles and snuggles on the couch at night time, wrapped up in a blanket. Just get him to
Yes.
know the sights and smells of my place,
That's
my
right.
animals.
Just like all families, when you invite an animal into your home, you need to spend time together to build a connection and to respect each other. When you take the time to hang out together, you really start to understand that animals aren't really that much different from people. We all just want to be loved.
There's no digging holes through my plasterboards, okay?
No, but he might tend to dig the carpet up. So
Oh, that's right. We don't have carpet. We've planned for that. Can I have a bit of a cuddle of him?
Yes, you can hold him.
Yep.
But hold him nice and tight now.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Like this.
Yep.
Okay. He's a good boy, Harry.
It's all right.
He's a good boy.
What do you think he weighs? About 10, 11 kilograms?
Yeah.
So potentially he'll grow up to be a 35, 40 kilogram wombat?
Yes, he got the tendency. He's a male. He can get to 38, 40 kilos, yeah.
That's all right. I've got him. Hey, you know what, Harry? We've got a long trip to get back to Melbourne.
Yeah.
I think we might get started. We might put Harry back into the box.
Harry and Hector have to be comfortably enclosed for the long trip back to my place. They have to be snug as a bug, just like a baby capsule, to avoid the risk of injury. And of course, I've packed them some corn just in case they get the munchies.
And you will find they've got a funny habit. They have learned how to eat sweet corn all around. So they put their paw on it, eat along, chomp, 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 roll it over, go chomp, 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 and keep their foot on the thing so it doesn't roll away from them. So watch this. It's very comical to watch.
Yeah.
Both of them do it. And you got the mixture, you know what it is, and you will look after my wombat as well.
Absolutely, I will. Do you trust me?
I will trust you.
Do I get a hug? You hug your wombats?
Oh, thanks, mate.
Thanks for doing such a great job for the wombats.
I kiss my wombats on the nose, but I won't kiss you on the nose.
It's all right.
But
I'll save that for next time. Harry and Hector are safely snug as a bug in the back of the car. They seem to be pretty chilled and relaxed, and I'm looking forward to getting home and seeing how they see our place and see our home. The problem is with wombats is that you can't keep two male wombats together, so they can't have playtime together, but a wombat with maybe the dog or maybe with TJ the kangaroo, maybe that might be a happy medium. Who knows, but we'll get home tonight, see how everything fits in at my place, and hopefully Hector and Harry are happy. That's all I want. I want them to have happy lives, and hopefully down the track we might be able to get them some girlfriends as well.
Step by step, every day by day, I'm getting back on my feet again.
One thing that is absolutely apparent to me is that humans need to do a better job at looking after our planet. What about our poor animal friends? Even our iconic emu, which is on Australia's national coat of arms, is running out of places to live. When will we learn? Hector and I took a quick break to stretch our legs and to contemplate all of the habitat destruction. Animals and humans alike are running out of natural places to live.
Oh, you're going to love it at my place. Wombats are very funny fellows. They dig big burrows and sleep all day. Wombats are very funny fellows. They poo everywhere to say good day. Hey, what do you reckon of that? Pretty good. Woohoo!
The animals in the jungle have never been so fierce. Have never been so
On today's show, you'll be amazed who lives in Chris's running shoe.
If I learn to live with him and he can run around the house, he can eat up all the crickets and cockroaches.
Chris makes a promise to his female ostrich that he will find them a boyfriend.
Oh, gee!
We check in on the health of Elvis the emu, who hasn't eaten food or drunk water for the past 60 days.
You can tell it's having a bit of a toll on his body. All this fat reserve has been eaten away.
Find out why Chris thinks and acts like a tiger quoll.
She makes a sound like this. And that means
And the days and nights never end for Chris, as he cares for a newborn.
I haven't had much sleep the last few days, and it's starting to get me down.
So welcome to Chris Humfrey's private zoo, with over 2,000 of his animal family here in country Victoria, Australia.
The weather, it's really starting to turn. This is really serious stuff. These owls could eat their eggs or their chicks, so I've got to get in there quick, smart, and make sure I can save these eggs. These owls can pack a punch. These guys have got super sharp talons, and they don't want me messing with any of their eggs. There's still three eggs. I've got to get them out now before this weather really sets in. I'm just hoping. I'm just hoping these owls. Come on, it's all right. They just don't understand. They're defensive of their eggs, but they're going to eat their eggs anyway. There's always bad parents in nature, and everyone knows a bad parent somewhere out there. Come on, come on, come on. It's all right. Oh, come on, come on, come on. It's all right. Right, I'm going to get in quick.
In my experience, when the weather turns bad, it puts most animals on edge, especially when birds are breeding. I don't want the mother owl to abandon her eggs, or even worse, smash them and eat the chicks, which she is renowned for. I have to hurry and save their lives.
These eggs are good. I've got to get these eggs back to the incubator in my house, and hopefully they'll hatch. But this is very precious cargo. And I survived unscathed. This weather has really started to set in. I've got to get these eggs quick smart into the incubator. Any drop in temperature, these chicks can die. It really is a race against time. Come on, come on. We're going to incubate them about 38 degrees Celsius. And the humidity's got to be spot on. Come on. Any drop in temperature, and the chick can die. Oh, this is good. Great temperature. These two look good. This one's a little bit darker. Maybe this one won't hatch. Only time will tell. Nice and safe. Be nice. Be nice. So Hector's been here for a few days. He's met my extended animal family and he's settled in really, really well. He's a beautiful boy, but you know what? He sure stinks. My house is now filled with wombat aroma. Hey, good boy, aren't you, eh? You love your blankie, don't you? Makes you feel nice and comfy. It's your bunny ruck, hey? Oh, yeah. I share my life with an incredible animal family. Birds, reptiles, amphibians, mammals, and even invertebrates, which end up in some very unusual places in my running gear. This is a giant desert centipede. You gotta be careful where you put your feet around this place. Imagine this guy grabbing your big toe. These guys are venomous, and they'd wreck your day if he grabbed you and bit you on the big toe. Look at this. But look, if I learn to live with him and he can run around the house He can eat up all the crickets and cockroaches that might be running around at night time when I'm asleep. Just got to be careful though. You might be thinking, what's the difference between a millipede and a centipede? Well, centipedes eat meat. They're carnivores. And these guys have venom in their front fangs or forcipules. Now, what they do is they inject their venom into their prey, and the venom breaks down the prey item. They suck out all the juices, and they do a good job for us. They like to live in tight, cramped places like my running gear, but that is one magnificent beastie. And wow. Not the average pet you keep in your home, but we need to learn to live with them, because these creatures are very important for our ecosystem. Hello. Hey guys. Come on. Have some food. Come on. Come on. Here's my beautiful female ostrich. This is Red Sonja, and this is Fluffy. Aren't they beautiful? You can tell the girls, they're brown in colour. The boys are black and white. And they're just eating some grass pellets, some morning tea. Hello. Look at their beautiful eyelashes. They're so friendly. Unlike male ostriches in breeding season where they'll kick you to death. These girls have been hand-reared, and they've been given to me by an ostrich farm. The lady's retired, and I've inherited them, and I give them a home. I don't usually keep African animals, but I've made the exception with these beautiful girls. It's amazing what they eat, just grass pellets. Come on, come on. Ouch, actually hurts. Now, these girls are about 15 years of age. Now, it's breeding season, so they're laying eggs everywhere, and they need a mate. Now, unfortunately, I tried to capture the male, but he thwarted my actions of trying to catch him, and I'm going to give it another attempt. Now, the male is one big scary bird. His name's number 13. So this is Red Sonja, this is Fluffy. These girls are pussycats. You wait till you see number 13. I'm trembling, I'm shaking in my boots.
Ostrich can be incredibly dangerous and have even been known to kill a lion. They are also the fastest bird on 2 legs.
And these birds can run up to 70 kilometres per hour, so they're extremely quick. They're the only bird in the world with 2 toes. The ostrich's brain is the same size as their eye, so they've got pretty big heads, big eyes, but that's a pretty small brain. So they're not particularly smart birds, but excellent vision. These guys can see you up to 2 kilometres away, but if you capture an ostrich, you've got to watch out. Never stand in front of them. They'll kick you in the stomach. They can potentially kill a person. You might be thinking, why do I want an ostrich? Well, I've also got the emu and the cassowary. So now I've got number 1, number 2, and number 3 world's largest birds. And the ostrich lays the largest egg. Come on, Red Sonja, come on. Usually I can sort of flap around a bit like an ostrich, and they come up to me and they sort of do their little dance, and it's as if they want me to mate with them, but we're not that close.
Check out the size of those muscly thighs. Not surprisingly, female ostriches have been commonly known to develop a crush with humans as potential mates. These girls need to stop thinking that I'm their boyfriend and start preparing themselves for a potential suitor.
I can't believe I'm sitting on the back of the world's largest bird. You're so good. You couldn't do this to number 13.
Nor with an ostrich out in the wild.
Oh, it's not bad, it's all right. Oh, it's all right. If she didn't want me to sit on her back, she'd just throw me a mile. She's quite content, she knows people, and she sees me as part of the family. Oh, gee! Okay, my plan is to use the light of my smartphone to candle the eggs. And if I can use this bright light, it can shine up into the egg, and hopefully I'll see the veins of a fertile egg. Oh no, this one is definitely not fertile. You can see there's nothing inside this egg whatsoever. You can see an egg yolk, and the rest of the egg is clear. Brats. Look at that. You can hardly see anything in this egg. It's dark, it's full of something. See the light showing up there? There's definitely something growing in this egg. Look at that. Wow, you can see the chick. inside the egg. It's any day before this egg hatches. And egg number 3. Oh, wow, that's really clear. Can you see that? You can actually see a baby owl forming its... Oh, you can see it. Oh, it's actually not as well developed, this one. It must have been laid at a later date. Can you see that floating around? Can you see that? Can you see the veins? Wow, this is so cool. I can actually see that. Can you see that? Can you see the little owl chick? I'm going to put these owls back into the incubator, heat them up again, and hopefully in a few days' time, I'm going to be your dad. Woohoo! It's very exciting. I love my job. Emus would have to be the best dads in the world. And Elvis here has been sitting on these eggs for the past 55 days. And I've been checking them 3 times a day to make sure they haven't hatched so foxes don't eat them.
The mother emu lays the eggs and then sometimes goes away, even mating with another male and laying more eggs. The hero dad is left to do the incubation and the raising of the chicks all by himself.
Poor Elvis, he's been sitting on these eggs, possibly standing up a couple of times a day, reshifting, turning over the eggs so they incubate well. But this poor bird has been sitting on these eggs for almost 2 months. And I'm hoping in the next few days, we're going to see some gorgeous little chicks hatching out. But he hasn't eaten, he hasn't drunk water for such a long time. And you can tell it's having a bit of a toll on his body. All this fat reserve has been eaten away.
I can't believe how much weight Elvis has lost. His skin and bones. It doesn't matter how much food I tempt him with, he refuses to eat and just sits there in a trance, keeping his eggs warm and safe. Elvis definitely deserves the Father's Day of the Year award.
Elvis, you are the best dad, hey? Look at him. It's okay, it's not long now, buddy. Hey, not bad, not long now. Now, if I roll him over, I've got a bit of a trick just before they're about to hatch. The eggs sort of move around a bit. You can hear something moving inside the eggs, and just the minute before they're about to hatch, you can hear them going peek, 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 peek.
Emu chicks, when hatching, have an egg tooth on the end of their beak, which they use like an ice pick to break out and free themselves from the egg.
Hey, I can hear a little chick moving around. Oh, wow, it's so cool. I never tire of this. You can actually hear it. That's one good egg. I can hear movement in that one too. I have to make sure that when these eggs start hatching, this one's moving. I have to grab the eggs and bring them back into my house in the safety of my home, because foxes will also be aware that these eggs are about to hatch and foxes will eat the eggs.
Foxes have exceptional eyesight and hearing. Any sound made by a hatching chick will alert the nearest fox that dinner is ready.
Not too long now, buddy. Not too much longer.
I have to confess that I'm an adrenaline junkie. It's a perfect excuse for me to cover some ground and observe wild animals.
Come on. Oh, come on. Now, the females aren't always going to like his advances, and you can see why they're called a tiger quoll. They've got this really loud hissing sound, almost like a bark. Let's just see this male. finds those females. He's going to be sniffing around. If the female's on heat, if she's on estrus, she'll be putting her scent trails out and letting the males know that they're ready to mate. He's smelling something. But when the female is about to mate, she lets the male know. She makes a sound like this. And that means it's time to mate when you're a quoll. And often I can come out here in the early morning, or maybe in the evening, maybe I might even serenade them tonight by, you can always get a quoll to mate if you make that sound. So it's kind of a fun job. Strange, I know, but an incredible, incredible honour to be able to breed a critically endangered species, such as a tiger quoll.
You really get to understand the species when you hang out with them. Watching quolls around the clock, you learn each individual's quirks and mannerisms. They're really complex animals with amazing personalities. I really wish more people would fall in love with quolls and understand the importance of protecting them.
So this is a good sign. There's no biffo yet, none of the quolls are fighting. He's just very curious. He's sniffing around and he's trying to work out whether the females, just from his smell, from his senses, are ready to breed. And the female, she's just looking on. She's going, hey, I don't mind this chap. Hey, he's pretty good looking. So hopefully, in the next day or two, we might have some quoll mating action. You got to check on them though. It can get pretty rough, pretty aggressive, and I don't want any dead quolls. But it's looking pretty good. But she's telling me to get out of here. So that's looking pretty promising. You know what? I think I might like to set the mood. I might put some music on for them later on, just to entice them for a bit of serenading.
It's 2:36 in the morning. I just fed a baby macaw, but I'm knackered. I'm really, really tired. I haven't had much sleep the last few days, and it's starting to get me down. It's great to see the birds grow up, but you know, I need my own sleep too.
Feeding this macaw chick is demanding work, and I need to set my alarm to wake up every 3 hours during the night. It doesn't matter how tired I am or how sick I'm feeling, my animal family always demands my attention. I've decided to call this little guy Midget, as its dad's name is Murray and its mum is called Bridget. So I've amalgamated the two names. Pretty happy with myself. Who would have thought that this alien-like creature will change into a majestic blue and gold beauty?
Uncle Chrissy is starting to have too much. Anyway, over and out. I'll be up in 3 or 4 hours' time to feed the birds again. Yeah, what a great job.
On today's show, the moment has finally arrived when Elvis the emu becomes a proud dad.
Oh, there's actually two. There's two. Two little chicks. Look how cute they are.
Chris heads off on a life-saving mission
I'm not much of a cricketer, but hopefully it helps.
and puts himself in the path of danger to catch a 100-plus kilogram ostrich. So welcome to Chris Humfrey's private zoo with over 2,000 of his animal family here in country Victoria, Australia.
It's a new day, and it's everything you ever wanted to be.
I'm in need for an energy boost. I need a big breakfast because today is Judgment Day.
I'm on a mercy mission to capture a cantankerous male ostrich called number 13. I have to save his life as his owner can't look after him anymore. That's great news for me though, as my lonely ostrich girls are desperate for some male companionship.
And they've left me a very special gift outside in the zoo, some unfertilised ostrich eggs. Quite safe to eat and 24 times bigger than a hen egg. This is the world's largest egg and the world's biggest omelette.
4, 3, 2, 1, here we go! Sincere, never sang maybe. Sweet dear, always acting crazy for the pretty ways that always keep them talking when you're gone.
More cheese.
Once more, something needs repeating. And again, we'll try to stop the beating of our crazy ways that always seem to follow as we go.
This is worth a treat. This is incredible. Look at this. Wow. I can't wait to eat this. An ostrich omelette. Yum. Yum.
You have to be super fit working with animals. They always seem to know if you're not up to the task. I'm a little apprehensive about today, as ostrich can be unpredictable and extremely dangerous. They can kill people, even a lion.
Well, we've had number 13, we've hatched him as a baby, but raised him here, and he's been here for about 15 years, I think. And it was one of the first African black chicks that we hatched. And he's just got so used to all our routine. He knows when something's different is happening. And as soon as he sees people around that he's not used to, then he gets very wary.
Catching number 13 today will be so dangerous, as it's the middle of ostrich breeding season. He has testosterone overload. His face and legs are bright pink. He's on high alert.
Some experienced colleagues tried to come up and catch him, and they chickened out. It's very dangerous to try and go in the paddock when he's on guard.
The force from one kick of number 13's foot is double the knockout blow from a heavyweight boxer. And a powerful downward kick from this handsome fella will definitely ruin my day.
I will miss number 13, but I'm glad he's going to a new home and not just his life finish.
So I was thinking the game plan. You were mentioning that he hasn't been fed for a few days.
That's right.
So you get your four-wheeler, drive down there, distract him.
Yep.
And then hopefully we can sneak down behind the back of the feed shed, pull the gate shut.
Element of surprise.
And trap him. But if that doesn't work, we are going to have to use live bait. Dangle me in front of number 13, and then because he doesn't like me that much, he doesn't like anyone that much, I'll grab his neck, and hopefully Lois here has got a trusty wind cheater sleeve, and we're going to pull it over his head once he can't see at stage 1, and then hopefully we can back him into the back of a horse float. Fingers crossed. Sounds like a plan.
It sounds like a good plan.
It's the best plan we've got. Now, I'm not taking any chances. Number 13 is a formidable beast. So I've got my trusty cricket pads for protection. He can break my leg. I've got a forearm protector. I'm not much of a cricketer, but hopefully it helps. And you know what this is for. Now, good protection. Now the idea is that Lois is going to feed number 13 with some food. Hasn't been fed for a few days. And the idea is to get him into the shed. And Darren, Lois's son, he's going to pull the gate shut. And I'm going to run around there and push him in. It's the best plan we've got.
I just have to save number 13. I'm not leaving here until I have him safely in the back of the horse float. It's do or die. This magnificent bird deserves every chance to live out his days in peace. Number 13 definitely knows something is up. He hasn't taken the bait. Now it's time for plan B.
Hey, I'm taking this stuff off. I need to move quickly, and this is cumbersome. I know I need to be able to jump over a fence, quick, smart. It was good in theory in close quarters, but if I'm out there in a paddock with a beast that can run 70 kilometres per hour, I'm not taking any chances. I'm jumping that fence, quick, smart. So the game plan is we're going to use one of these fences, these gates, and we're going to use it as a shield. We're going to try and, without it making any noise, no eye contact, we're just going to walk around the paddock and hopefully he goes into a smaller area, and that might work. Fingers crossed.
We'll check in with Chris later to see if he's had any success.
It's a very exciting day for me. I'm a new proud dad. There's a chick that's just hatched out underneath Elvis, and it's a very exciting moment. I never get sick and tired of this. Oh, there's actually two. There's two. Two little chicks. Now, I'm going to grab these chicks and take them back up into the house to keep them safe from foxes. But, oh, look at them. Aren't they cute? Now, Edwina over here knows that something's up. She knows that there's chicks, but I know that there's 6 eggs. There's definitely 6 eggs. There's 2 little chicks here. Oh, they're so cute. Perfect camouflage for hiding in the grasslands where they naturally live. If they stay outside overnight, the dad can't protect them. Elvis is no match for a fast and wily fox. Foxes are introduced to Australia. They don't belong here, and emus aren't adapted to evade fox predation. Oh my goodness, look at them. Now, ordinarily, an emu would attack you, but Elvis and I are very good mates. We know each other, and he's part of my family, so he should be okay. But look at them. Aren't they adorable? I've bred emus many times over the years, but you can never get sick and tired of that. Look how cute they are. Oh, these are the 2nd largest bird in the world. It's all right. It's okay. This really is the very best thing for them. They're so adorably tame. Oh, it's okay.
Removing these 2 chicks from their dad really is the very best thing to ensure their survival.
They will not survive nightfall.
Edwina, the emu mother, isn't too interested in the recent hatchings, and she'll probably just go off and mate with other males, because that's what female emus do.
There's other eggs which are about to hatch. It's all right. It's okay. It's all right. If these eggs hatch tonight, they're well and truly goners. The foxes will smell the broken egg and the shells. It's all right.
Foxes are introduced predators and are responsible here in Australia for the demise of many species.
These have got chicks still inside them. I can hear this one hatching. I'm going to bring them back up into the safety of the house, put them in an incubator, and hopefully they'll hatch. It's all right. I'm so sorry, Elvis, but you'll see them again. You look after these ones. Look, these ones are infertile. They won't hatch. Get them out. I'll get them back home.
Elvis is such a great dad. I just didn't have the heart to remove his infertile eggs. He's been doing such a superhero job, sitting on his eggs for almost 60 days. I really hope that he'll soon work out that these remaining eggs are infertile and realise that they're a lost cause. I've never seen such a devoted father in my life. Elvis definitely deserves the Father of the Year award. Don't worry, I'll come back in a couple of days and let him down gently. But for the time being, he can be clucky just a little while longer.
Back with the action.
Okay, just try.
Catching an ostrich that doesn't want to be caught is far more difficult than I'd ever imagined. My heart rate has gone ballistic.
Get out of there, or... He's not going to run through there with you, is he?
I'm running out of time. I have to catch number 13. My only chance is to try and corral him into a smaller section of the paddock. Believe me, when you have a towering ostrich running towards you like a steam train, it's very intimidating. A cornered ostrich is a dangerous ostrich. Just remember, this is the only way that we can save number 13 and give him a happy life. He just doesn't know it yet.
Let him settle down. Run. Use it as a shield. That's a spot. If we can get him in there, we got a chance. You got to think like an ostrich.
Well, now it's time for Plan C. This has to work, as I'm running out of time and options.
What about this? Take this one off. I think we need 2 of these. And we're not trying to stress him out, we're just trying to capture him as quickly as we can. I mean, you can tranquilise an ostrich, but it's fraught with danger. And you can kill an ostrich in the process, and we don't want to be doing that.
I almost had him. I can't believe the power of this bird. I blocked him with all of my strength. He just pushed me out of the way. The only chance that we have is to press him up against the fence and hopefully get a blindfold over his eyes. At last, finally, we have managed to capture this Goliath of the bird world. And I don't mind saying, it was harder than I thought. I had to use every ounce of strength to keep number 13 from going anywhere. It's amazing how the wind cheater blindfold really calmed number 13 down. Now the tricky bit is going to walk him backwards. An ostrich is an incredibly dangerous bird. An adult can weigh between 90 and 145 kilograms. That's huge! They're like a living dinosaur, a velociraptor. Getting the hood over his eyes is imperative for our safety and his. Ostrich only kick forward, so it's vital that you stay away from the front end. Walking them backwards puts the animal off guard and balance. They lose their momentum and are easier to control and guide.
Man, oh man. That was pretty harrowing. Now, a few feathers fell out, but he's not damaged severely. He's just got a few scrapes and bruises. These feathers will grow back. Don't know how my heart's going to cope, though. My heart rate's through the roof. Man, that's one strong animal. Hey, well done.
Don't worry, number 13 is okay. He's missing a few feathers, but he'll be fine. Ostriches have one of the most advanced immune systems known to man. A few scratches and bumps, he'll heal in no time.
That is a monster bird, and I'm just coursing with adrenaline at the moment. You know, when you're so pumped, you almost want to cry. Just that relief of just having succeeded. Man, I just feel like I'm going to fall over. I'm weak at the knees. Well, I'm just going to jump in Lois's truck. I'll see you back at the zoo. We're going to get the ostrich back.
That's the first part of saving number 13's life. It couldn't get any tougher, could it?
Now, back at Chris's zoo.
Just got to check on number 13 to make sure that he travelled okay. There's always a risk of him hurting himself when we're travelling around. So he's standing, good sign. I'm just hoping he's facing downhill. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that he'll just run down the ramp and meet his new girls. It's all right, mate. You're going to meet your girls in a minute. Come on. Oh, cool. All right. Hey, it's all right. Welcome to your new home. No. OK, let him down. Let him down. Quick. Stand back. Oh. What a day. Woohoo! Now, that was impressive.
Love struck.
You know, he's not so tough now. He's settled in. I think he looks pretty chilled.
Yeah, I think he's going to be quite happy here. And I'm happy that he's going to be happy.
Oh, she's got a tail up in the air. Look at that, shaking her tail feathers. Whoa. What are you doing, buddy?
She might try and kick him. He's got a bash.
Oh, she just did. Hey, he's had a rough trip. Leave him alone. It's pretty funny. Most zoos have ostrich, zebras, giraffes, but I've got ostrich and kangaroos. It's pretty cool to look at, isn't it?
Number 13 has arrived back to my zoo safe and sound. Despite his namesake, we were very lucky that everything went surprisingly well. It's great to see that Red Sonja and Fluffy already doing a little bit of speed dating. I just know that everyone will get along eventually. Ostrich are a native to Africa and have been farmed for their meat, feathers and leather since the 1870s. Ostriches produce the strongest commercially available leather in the world, and their meat is lean, low in cholesterol and high in iron. However, here in Australia, due to many reasons, the popularity of the industry has dwindled. So much so that magnificent birds such as number 13 have very little value anymore and face a bleak future. If I hadn't saved him today, he would have faced certain death. Fortunately, number 13 is now safe and sound to live out the rest of his days and perhaps start a new family of his own. It all depends now on what Red Sonja and Fluffy think of him. And actually, they look pretty hard to please.
Oh, well done. Do I get a hug? Thank you.
Oh, that's terrific. I'm so pleased.
I can't believe we did it. Bit of luck in that one.
The animals in the jungle. I've never been so weird. I've never been so
On today's show, it's doona dancing time for Boris the kangaroo.
I've got to be careful when I come here at night time. He's waiting for me. He's ready to kick me.
We check in on number 13's transition at the zoo and see whether Fluffy and Red Sonja are becoming more accepting of their new male guest.
I've got some great romantic tunes. Oh yeah.
Chris takes the captive breeding of endangered tiger quolls to a whole new level. Witness the first steps of these gorgeous baby emu chicks. Find out why Chris's animal instincts has him snuggling up in bed with his newest family members. And when it comes to the health of Elvis the emu, Chris leaves no stone unturned. So welcome to Chris Humfrey's private zoo with over 2,000 of his animal family here in country Victoria, Australia.
I'll do anything to breed my endangered, beloved tiger quolls. It's the perfect time of the month for full moon. I've got some candlelight. I've got some beautiful mineral water. I've got some great romantic tunes. Oh yeah.
It's vital that everything is absolutely perfect for my quolls. I can't afford to mess up this breeding opportunity.
This might be almost the best day of my life. I hope it works. When I hear the clucking sounds, I know I'm in for a chance. So all of this, hopefully, will get my quolls into the mood. I want them to have a quality time. That's not that good, is it? Anyway, you go for it, guys.
Just say you love me. Just say you love me. Come on now. Just say you love me. 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 Just say you love me.
It's not time to call it a day just yet, as another welcome arrival has been born in my animal family, a baby boo-book owl. I still need to name him or her, but for now, it's B1.
So this is the first night with B1, and I'm just waiting for the other eggs to hatch, but he's done really well. He's had some electrolytes, he's on his way, he's drinking well, he's calling well, and he's just eating his first mouse. So things are looking up for B1. Hopefully his little brother and sister, or who knows what they are, will hatch overnight. But he's pretty tough. He's got lots of fight in him, and hopefully he'll pull through. He's very cute, isn't he? The new dad.
You know, it's always very scary when you're walking around this zoo property at night time. You never know who you'll bump into. And Boris, the male boxing kangaroo, could be around any corner. So I've got to have my wits about me. But I'm just hoping, the noises I've just heard, I'm just hoping that the quolls might be mating. And that would be fantastic news for my breeding program.
I don't mind declaring that it can sometimes be a little daunting walking around my zoo at night time. It's a whole different world. Boris is stronger than me, and he can see better than me in the dark.
I know that Boris is around here somewhere. And if I bump into him in the dark, he's going to give me a walloping. So I've got to have my wits about me.
I'd be no match for Boris if I bumped into him in the dark. Boris is way more protective of his kangaroo family at night. One powerful bear hug and he definitely ruined my evening. Cool, there he is. I'll just say g'day and let him acknowledge my presence. He doesn't mean me any harm, and we both have a healthy respect for one another. The tiger quolls have been a lot more vocal tonight. I have to hope that they're not too aggressive towards each other.
Oh, that's good. These guys haven't killed each other overnight. That's great. There's a male there, he's fine.
So far, so good. I just hope that my ridiculous dancing was worth making a fool of myself.
Oh my goodness. There's a pair of quolls mating as I speak. Oh wow, there's... Wow. This is brilliant. This is so good for my captive breeding program. You just can't believe how happy I am. It's the best day of my life.
18 hours later, which is not uncommon for tiger quolls, this couple are still mating. Now that's a marathon effort.
You're one of a kind, one of a kind. And when we collide, it can't be denied. You're one of a kind, one of a kind. And when we collide, it can't be denied. You're one of a kind.
So this is little Midget. Now Midget is 16 days old and my oh my hasn't he grown. He's starting to look like a little macaw. He's got a black beak. His eyes are fully open and you can see little white marks around his face, indicative of a macaw. Now you can see the blue pin feathers coming through on his back. He's even got pin feathers on top of his head.
Who would have thought that this pink, ugly duckling of a bird will transform into one of the world's most exquisite and striking parrot species, the blue and gold macaw?
It's like looking after a human child. You still have to clean them, you still have to test the temperature of their food out, you have to clean their sheets, and just like any doting parent, you always worry about them at night time that they rolled over, haven't fallen under their beds, they haven't smothered themselves underneath the sheets. Same with the little parrot. Doing such a good job. A bit more. Hard to believe in a month's time it'll be covered in beautiful blue and gold feathers. Slow down. That's enough. You don't want to overfeed him.
Well, what a relief. Number 13 has acclimatised to his new home like a duck to water. Interestingly enough, 13 seems to have lost his self-bravado and aggression and is on his best behaviour around my two ostrich girls. I really hope that Red Sonia and Fluffy cut him some slack. Despite their keenness to mate and lay eggs, they sure have some sassy attitude.
It's hard to believe that these little guys are only a few hours old. Aren't they adorable? I haven't yet named them, but they are gorgeous. Now I have to keep them nice and warm. They won't eat for the next 12 hours, 24 hours. They'll be living off the egg yolk inside their stomachs, but these are my biggest concern. I need to put these eggs in the incubator and hopefully they'll hatch out in the next day or so. And these little guys will have some more brothers and sisters to play with. But you never tire of this. New life, new gorgeous creatures, new additions to my family, new beginning. I love them. Australian mini chicks, they're adorable.
Just remember to breathe in
Where are you going?
Boy, oh boy, have I got my hands full, as these gorgeous feathered fluff balls will need constant attention for the next 3 months. I'll have to teach them to eat and drink, as well as to follow me around so they don't get lost and gobbled up by a hungry predator. It's surprising how rapid emu chicks grow. Their cuteness melts your heart now, but as they grow bigger, they'll start making a massive mess in the house. Oh well, thank goodness that I have concrete floors, as it's easy to clean up after them.
One step at a time, we'll be alright tonight. This is a world without end, a world without hope. I promise you, wherever you go, you will never be alone.
How you going? Elvis here is the epitome of a great dad. His paternal care for his eggs is going to kill him. He's sitting on 2 eggs at the moment, but I know that they're infertile. But he'll keep sitting here for the next 2 months again, and he'll just wither away and die. No food, no water. All he wants to do is raise a family. But these eggs are infertile, so I need to take them from him.
I know that this seems a little confronting. Don't worry, I'm not being cruel, but it's the very best thing for Elvis. These 2 eggs are infertile and don't have chicks inside them.
I mean, they're ticking time bombs, these things. I mean... That's disgusting. That stinks. These are totally off. If he can see, they're destroyed. That's horrible. Yeah. I know it looks horrible, but once he knows that they're destroyed, there's nothing in them. Rotten egg gas. What's... Come. That's gross. Okay. Oh, that's horrible. Come on, Elvis, get up, get up, get up. Come on, mate. Oh, that's horrible. That is the worst smell I've ever smelled in my life. Come on, get cracking. I've got no eggs left. There's nothing here. Get up. You've got to get moving. You've got to get on with your life, mate. Come on, you did a good job. Come on, get out of here. There's nothing there for you anymore. It's rotten eggs.
This is a moment of do or die for Elvis. If he doesn't get up and about, he will just wither away and starve. I have to get him up and moving. Once he's up, he should start searching for food, forget about those eggs, and get on with his life.
Come on, it's okay. His legs must be so sore. Pins and needles of the worst kind. Come on. Hopefully, once he's got over the shock of not sitting on any eggs, he'll realise that he's hungry and he needs a drink of water. You'll be okay, mate. You're such a good dad. I reckon he is the father of the year, father of the millennium. But can you smell that? That stinks. Gotta have a shower.
The animals in the jungle have never been so fierce. Have never been so
So I'd like to introduce to you my bachelor boys, Boris and Bruno. Now these are western grey kangaroos, macropods. Now these are the king of the kangaroos, one of the largest kangaroo species. And even though I've hand-reared him, and I'm kind of like his dad, he's grown up now, he doesn't need me any longer, and he's very territorial at the moment. Look at his muscles, he's going, hey, Chris, stay out of my territory, and he's protecting his harem, all of his girlfriends. They've got little babies in their pouch at the moment. It's winter time and foxes are on the prowl, and he's super alert, he's super sensitive. If you get too close, he'll kick you. He's got a really sharp toenails, which he can whack you with, Kung Fu Panda style. And this, there he is here, look at him. Now, I'm not going to stir him up, but just look how he uses that powerful tail he's got there to stand back on, to lean back on, to look imposing and look intimidating. It's all right. But these animals, they can kill a dog. They can drown a kelpie in a dam. And people sort of think that Australia doesn't have any sort of scary animals like wolves and lions, but look at this. This guy is massive. He's bigger than me. Here you go, you want this?
Ever since Boris was a joey, he has always loved playing with his doona. It's just like a giant bunny rug, which he plays with for hours. He's so hysterical to watch.
Oh. I've got to be careful when I come in here at night time. He's waiting for me, he's ready to kick me. I love him. He doesn't mean me any harm. He's just doing what a boy kangaroo should. He's just going to have a bit of a wee on me now. You're a good boy, aren't you, hey? Oh. He's only doing what he should do. He's rubbing his must all over the blanket, basically scenting his environment. Just got to be careful though. Got to be careful. Hello, just remember who your daddy is. I hand-reared you.
TJ, the joey kangaroo, who is currently living with me, will one day grow up to be as big as his dad.
If you ever get too close to a kangaroo and it does attack, you always stand sideways, like this. If you expose your body, your stomach, and your reproductive organs, they're gonna cop a walloping from his sharp toes. Always stand sideways. And if they do attack you, get down to the ground and don't move, because he can kill you.
Kangaroos are such incredible creatures. They are the only large animal to use hopping as a means of locomotion. Kangaroos have been clocked at 70 kilometres per hour and cover large areas in search of food and water. At slow speeds, Boris here uses pentapedal locomotion, using his tail to form a tripod with his two forelimbs, almost like a pair of crutches.
As day turns to night, there's no rest for Chris.
I have had very little sleep tonight. These little images have woken me up every 10 minutes or so.
Earlier today, these two emu chicks were toasty and warm next to my open fire. They'll need plenty of tender loving care over the next few weeks to give them the best start in life.
I've got them in a state-of-the-art incubator, but it doesn't appear to be working. I have to try plan B.
It took them a little while to settle down, but once they got used to the idea and could feel my heartbeat, they bunkered down for the night. Sweet dreams, little guys.
This is working. Bit of body warmth. And these guys will settle down. They're really content now.
This is the best day of my life! This is the best day
standing.